Gang, for a moment, we want to focus in on a specific piece of jargon when it comes to RF, and that is frequency. So, what is the frequency of a particular device, of a particular emanation that's coming out of something? We talk about 2.4 gigahertz, or we talk about the 5 gigahertz frequency. When we talk about the word frequency, we're referring to literally how frequent something is. Uh, how many times does a wave crash into a particular point? What point are we usually measuring from? Our access points when we're talking about wireless. So different different types of information can be conveyed at different frequencies. Think about it this way. You and I could be having a conversation at a low frequency, the audible range of the human ear. Meanwhile, my friend could be blowing on a dog whistle, and him and the dog could be having another conversation simultaneously at different frequencies. There's all sorts of frequencies that are going through our atmosphere in front of us constantly, most of which we're not perceiving. Remember, our organs are tuned to a particular frequency. Access points will be tuned to a different frequency, able to hear essentially the information coming in at a different rate. So again, that rate that we're describing is measured in terms of hertz. Hertz is the number of waves going through a particular point per second. So if we have something that's 10 hertz, that means 10 waves per second. If we have 5 megahertz, that would be 5 million waves per second. 5 gigahertz is 5 billion waves per second. One thing to recognize is that lower frequencies are going to travel farther through the air than higher frequencies. So think about it if it makes sense. It's a lower frequency is spending less of its energy moving up and down through its wave than a high frequency, right? Which wastes a lot of its energy moving up and down and up and down and up and down. So it makes sense that a higher frequency will tend to fade in energy more quickly than a lower frequency. That'll be important when we think about wireless operating at the 2.4 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz. You know the 5 gigahertz is bigger than 2.4. Therefore, you know since it's a higher frequency, all things being equal, you would not expect it to travel as far. There you go. You just learned something about wireless.